All right, everybody, I'm here to show you what I picked up. I got a call about 5, 6, 7 days ago, week before the Proctor Classic Snowmobile Challenge. Guy called me, said he had an old Lynx. He says, well, give me 50 bucks for it. I had not seen the sled. I said, sure, why not? So the Friday before my event, I went and picked it up, and I'll show you the sled now before I clean it up and get it running. All right, let's check out this Lynx. So when he called me and said he had a Lynx for 50 bucks, I figured a 70s Lynx, leopard seat, rotted to the core, junk, but aluminum chassis. Guys love to race them. So I knew for 50 bucks, I get my money back out of it, right? You've seen the sled in the background, so I'll show you it now, but it ended up being a 92 Lynx. The engine was supposedly frozen, but let's check it out. All right, folks, here it is, the 92 Lynx. The skis are absolutely just shot. That one's the better of the two. This one sat next to the Titanic for a few years, but I got a line on a ski waiting on old Steve Wick to call me back. But this thing is actually just beautiful. I have not cleaned it up yet, but the hood looks good. The windshield looks good, Gas tank looks good. Seat looks phenomenal. Tail lights there. Everything on this sled is there, okay? So I have not found a real flaw on it yet, but we're gonna dig into this thing deeper and figure out what the heck we got going on. All right, I got the hood up on the old $50 Lynx. Underneath the hood looks good. Looks like, 90%, 95% of all the original padding, noise detonation, whatever you call that stuff is there. Engine's got quite a bit of surface rust on the old, fan shroud casing, but that can be fixed if a guy so wanted to. It is electric start, so we got the battery, spare belt down there. Everything seems to be complete. Let's go around now and make sure the thing pulls over a little bit. So I was told the engine is seized. No, she turns over. So we're gonna make sure we got spark. We're gonna actually dump a little Marvel down the cylinders and just give it some lube. We don't know how long it's been sitting. All right, so one thing you should do when you get an old sled, been sitting for many, many years, you don't know, the engine turns over, just go ahead and put a little Marvel mystery oil down the cylinder holes, take the plugs out. I'm gonna try and show you this, but I'm not the most talented cameraman in the world. 1, 2, 3 little jerks with one of these cans. I got this one at like a rummage sale for 50 cents. They're great. Now I'm gonna just turn it over slowly, not to blow it all out of there. Try to just rotate the engine slowly. And then, because most of it will go down the exhaust, okay? But we'll go ahead and give it another 2 squirts at each hole. Turn it over slowly again. Okay, we'll let that sit for a little bit and we'll be good. All right, so 92 Lynx. There's gas in the tank. I smelt it. Actually smells good. The thing is stickered until 2025. So, I know we had it at a repair shop for a while. I don't know. But let me show you what I figured out so far. All right, so I took the carb off. I was able to get, I blew gas through the whole system lightly. This here is a line that goes to the carb. This, when I pull this engine over, should squirt gas out of it. Let's watch. All right, I see nothing. So that tells me one or two things. The one or two things it can be is A, the fuel pump, which is right down there. Either fuel pump shot or crank seals are out of this bitch. I'll figure it out. All right, typical Makuni on this thing. I'll show you it all apart. I didn't show you how to take it apart. They're easy. Check it out. All right, she's all apart. Well, that's just a socket. We don't need that in there, but ball screws, those go on at the end. This holds the throttle from, coming out. That goes on the choke. There's your bowl. It actually doesn't look too bad. Those are your, this adjust your high idle. That's your low idle. That's dirty as hell, by the way. The whole carb's all apart. She's cleaned on the outside now. And I'm going to clean the inside. And we're going to get this thing going. All right, here's all the parts. All the parts cleaned up, ready to go back in there. Get that put back together and show you what it looks like. It'll look like it did, but clean. All right, here's the carb. I'll put back together and clean. And I don't have a carb cleaner, fancy dancy, nothing. Just pull them apart, every piece. And $5 O'Reilly's brake cleaner. Takes about 2 cans of carb. Get them done, get them clean. Take it all apart, not half of it, not part of it. Get it perfect. And yeah, carb will be clean. So before I even cleaned the carb, I checked this thing over, figured out what was wrong with it. There's lots, but we got chances here. The fuel pump is not pumping. So it's either crank seals or the fuel pump. I'm guessing because I did dump some gas in it and she fired right up and ran until that gas went out. Fuel pump. And I'll show you how I know it could be the fuel pump. So this line right here is the one that's coming off of the fuel pump that's down there that you really can't see. So while I pull this over, the pulse line off the engine that comes into the bottom of the fuel pump, that is what makes that fuel pump work. Every time there's compression stroke, the crankcase pressure changes, the diaphragm inside that pump moves, okay? Diaphragm in that pump will move if the crank seals are gone, obviously. But we'll see. I think it's the pump. I'll show you how nothing comes out. It should go squirt, squirt. So that little hose right there, when I pull this over, it should squirt, squirt. And I already blew through the tank to get gas to there, so there's nothing clogging it. It's just, is what it is. Old machine, fuel pumps die. I'll go to RJ's because it's in Articat, so RJ Sport and Cycle, Duluth, Minnesota. Hit them up. They'll get me a freaking fuel pump here in no time, and life will be good. Thanks.